Okay, so I'm just trying new things out here. There's some reason I'm looking over there as I'm trying to look at a live stream as well on a separate device where I can hopefully maybe answer some questions. Anyway, this is Samplr Diaries 8. Yesterday on Samplr Diaries 7, where I was extremely tired and couldn't think of anything, I did make an attempt to take some of the demos from Samplr, the program. The aim was to try and learn something from that by taking what they already had in place, taking it apart, and seeing if there's a possibility to recreate that. Okay, so if you have a look at Samplr Diaries 7, you'll be able to see the two sounds I was working with was a record sound and a celeste, so it's quite a plucked instrument, and from that plucked instrument there was soft synth-like tones that were created with some of the effects. So I'm going to be using this today. This is the harp of some sort someone gave me. It's a little bit out of tune, but no one really cares. There we go. Okay, so I'll probably take about that much, which is about an octave in there. I'm going to sample that in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the percussive sounds from there by using the granulator section. So I'm going to open up Samplr in a second and we're going to start working with that. In fact, if we're lucky, I think... Let's have a look on Samplr. Okay, there we are. Yeah, actually, here's the previous one from yesterday. So let's just have a quick little goosey gander on what's going on there. Okay. So you can see here. Yeah, so very quiet. Let's put some of that. Okay, so this was the sample from yesterday, one of the templates. I'm just going to kind of stop this for a minute. So this particular sample that we're looking at the moment, as you can see from the wave patterns or forms, have stronger tacts in the beginning. Actually, I'm going to get my mouse here as well so I can point you at what I'm looking at. Hopefully. No, not happening. Sorry about that. Anyway, where you've got this part here, we're going to slide it. Okay. So that section there, that's the attack, that's the original attack. So if we go to here, looks like a celeste. That's the original sample. So by going over to the granulator, moving that attack section, we've got an area we can work within. So the idea really is just to, as a basic video for today, we're going to recreate that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from new by going up to the top here on Samplr, where it says load project in the left. I'm going to just go up to new, and that's going to wipe everything for me. Happy days. So on the top section, we're going to now basically record a new sample. So what's nice today, or not nice, is there's loads of roadworks going on, so you'll probably hear a bit of that as well. So that might add a bit of interest to it. So go to record input. Okay, there we have it. All right. So, input. go over here, we'll get the thing, including my starting point. Okay, fair enough. So what we want to do now is we're going to go over to the granulating section at the top here. Okay. I'm not entirely sure why it's so quiet, but... Okay. So one of the things we want to start with is reverb. So on this right hand section here, this is where we can increase the space of the room, so that big space floating up there. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. And then we're going to put a little bit of delay on there. Okay. And I'm going to just increase the gain on this a little bit. Now the other thing that they did, they took it down an octave, so where we've got highlighted here, 0, we're going to take it down 1 octave, or -12. And what we should do, this knob I'm sliding up and down here at the moment symbolises the attack. So if I just bring that up a bit, it will take a little bit of the attack away. Giving it more of a bowed sound. So I'm going to record some of the movement now, so let's record this. you over to the camera here so you can see what's happening. Nice little radio. Okay. So I want to try and record some static. Sounds alright. Just so you can see what I was doing there. And bring us back over to Samplr, and we're going to start recording that static now. Try not to pick up any music. Okay, so I'm going to record that now, not too much. Probably shouldn't have spoke over that. Let's just see. Not too much. Whatever. Okay, so the way that they did this yesterday with the vinyl noise was they went to the record one here. So not too much. So, fairly shorter one today, really. Again, what we did there is, that was with that. So we had the plucked, out of tune harp. And we tried to create more of a softer wave sound with that by using the granulator on there. So that cuts out the beginning part of the wave. So when you get the waves coming up like this, rather than having that sharp pop sound, you get softer one in there. Remember that you can kind of use the attack button on there to make it even softer, and using the granulator like a nice little bow, so you get an almost bowed sound on there. Didn't have a record player, so we used the radio just to record some static and create a kind of a waveform. Sorry, not a waveform, a wave, like the sea in the waves. And the idea of that is just to have this gradual pulse feel, slow, not too intense in its metrics and time, but a slow pulse feel. Okay, I might be doing a bit more later on, but I think that's a good exercise. I guess the point of this is really sharing the learning curve. This was basically 2 videos really on Samplr Diaries 7, where we were looking at a demo that's already within the Sampler program, and then recreating some of that idea, and that helps open up the creative flow. So thanks very much, and bye.